AJ. Baltimore, Maryland, you know, just like Chicago, just like East St. Louis, one of them cities, them rough cities you can grow up in, and ball is everything in them type of cities. Paul Lawrence Dunbar.
Right.
You know, everybody done heard about Paul Lawrence Dunbar. Tell us how it was playing at Paul Lawrence Dunbar. Was that it was when you was coming up, it was like, yeah, I got to go to Paul Lawrence.
Oh, for sure. I was going to Dunbar. I was definitely going to Dunbar. You know, Dunbar is a very prestigious high school, just like King, you know what I'm saying? It was just, you had to be a part of it, you know. We had I think we got 9 first round draft picks. We had 4, we had 3 in one year, you know, with Reggie Williams, Reggie Lewis, Muggsy Bogues, and the year before that, David Wingate went in the second round. So it was just, you know, we didn't have a professional basketball team. So Dunbar was our professional basketball team. You know, think about it. The name of our gym was called the East Side Garden. You know what I'm saying? It's called the East Side Garden. And I think we won 25 city championships, because we didn't play state championships, we played for the city. So we won you go in the gym, it's just banners all over the place, you know. I think we have 4 or 5 national championships in high school. That's huge, man. I think the coach Bar Way, he was there. He was a disciplinary. He knew he was running wild around the city. And you came down and you got to Dunbar, it was just you know, it was crazy, man. This man was crazy, man. This man was crazy, but he gave us what we needed, because all of us came from basically single-parent homes. So he gave us that discipline, y'all guys want to go to college, first of all, y'all got to buckle down academic, y'all got to get the schoolwork done. Then the basketball part was the easy part, especially the games. The games was so easy, man, because we practiced so hard, man. This man we used to run with bricks in our hand, man. Because when we decided to play zone, and we used to have, at the end of practice, it'd be no bullshit. It'd be 15 minutes, man. You just
with real bricks.
Real bricks in hand. He had towels on it, and he taped them up. You could ask any guy.
So Muggsy Bogues,
Reggie Williams, you tape the bricks up, so if you drop the brick, right, you have to start all over again. This man's to put 15 minutes on the clock, man, and we doing jumping jacks, man, so in 2-3 zone, your hands
easy
never stay.
Keep your hands up now.
This man was crazy. He'd go on the phone. It's the crazy part about it. One of the college coaches called, Dean Smith might call him, and you still jumping up with the bricks in your hand. He'd go take the phone call and come back 10 minutes later, we got 5 more minutes. You just you drop the brick, you got to start all over with.
Yo, that's wild.
Not everybody, not just everybody got to start all over again.
Yeah, that's
Think about it. Our high school practice, we have 90 guys trying out for the team. And the first day, 50 of them be cut. They just run you to death. They just run you to death. I had guys who really can play basketball, really good ball players, couldn't take the conditioning part of it. In high school, couldn't take it. So he eliminated 50 guys right there.
Yeah.
And the next 40 guys man, we gonna do this tomorrow?
Yeah.
The first day of practice was brutal.
That's how my coach was.
It was brutal. He just get all the guys who think they can play for Dunbar, and we gonna see. We gonna see.
I don't quit that first week. You running every day. You don't even touch a ball.
D-Miles was the first day. We had 30 to 40 guys cramping up. You cramp up, you gotta go. That means you're in the shape.
Yeah.
That means you're in shape.
You gotta be ready.
God.
At what point did you feel like you started in B-More started getting good to where people around B-More knew Lil Sam Cahoot?
Man, early, man. I started playing basketball at 8 years old. And I made my first basketball team. It was a 12 and under team. And the coach had a couple. We had 6 really good ball players on the team, 6 or 7 really good ball players on the team. And me and his son named Leon Howard, we was 8 years old, man. He couldn't put everybody on the team because, he had 6 guys who was gonna play all the minutes. They was good. He's gonna play all the minutes. So he said, well, let me groom my puppies for next year and the year after that. We had 4 more years to play, 12 and under. So that's grew my puppies. And I never forget, man, him used to be on the bench doing clapping it, eating candy, doing that. We was 8 years old. And he'd say, like, we'd be up like 50 points. He'd like,
throw you in the game.
Leon said, get your ass in here. We'd be like, but we was pretty good at 8 years old. We wouldn't not like the starters.
Right.
But the next year we got better. At 11 years old, man, it was like I was considered the best 11-year-old basketball player in the city. You know, we had this league called BNBL. It's 11 under, then 13 under, then 15 under, 18 under. Every year I played it, I had never lost the championship. Every year I played, when I was at the age limit, I always was the MVP. I always won MVP. So, and my game really has never, it's crazy when I tell you this, my game has I've never been athletic. I think I count my dunks, I might have had, in my whole career playing a game of basketball, I might have had 50 dunks. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Maybe. That's, I'm exaggerating that 50 number for a while. Maybe,
right.
maybe 42, you know what I'm saying? So that's how I was. I was never athletic. My game developed. I was never jumping over no one, running past no one, but I just had a skill set as a young kid. I could score the basketball. I just learned how to play angles and that came from, just playing pickup basketball around the way with the older guys. I fell in love with the game so young, man. I remember back in the, y'all weren't even born, and the NBA games just come on tape delayed.
Right.
Yeah. On CBS at 11 o'clock. I used to beg my grandmother, my nanny at 10 years old, please wake me up. Please wake me up.
The game come on.
I be trying to stay up after the news go off and trying to watch the tape delayed games, man. And she would never wake me up. I wake myself up, and it'd be like 4 minutes going to fourth quarter, just watching this Seattle Supersonics play the Washington Bullets back in the day. It was just like, I just fell in love with the game of basketball right there as a young kid, man. And it just went from there.
Who was the influences? Who's the guys, some of the guys that you seen before you that you was like, man, I want to be like that, or I want to hoop like that?
It was guys like Muggsy Bogues, man, Reggie Williams, Reggie Lewis lived in my neighborhood, man.
Damn.
David Wingate, them guys.
Wingate.
If you had a Dunbar high school Letterman jacket on,
Muggsy told him,
you was the man.
Muggsy said that.
You was the man. And as a kid growing up, I said, I gotta have one of them. I remember when Wingate and Reggie Williams won the NCAA tournament. Had that Georgetown jacket on. And it was nothing. Like, they wore Georgetown jacket. When they put that Dunbar jacket on, man, it was like, it meant something to have a Dunbar jacket on. It meant something, man. It was like, especially in Baltimore, Dunbar was everything in Baltimore. Like, everything with the Dunbar, you got the respect, you got, the street dudes, like, gave you a pass. Yo, that's Lil Sam. Nah, Lil Sam, get away from here. You can't be around here, I'm from East Baltimore, I grew up, like we all grew up, you know what I'm saying? Like, shit, you gotta watch where you go at. You can't go on this side of town, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you wear that Dunbar jersey, you was accepted all around. So I wore that jacket a lot.
That's love.
A lot.
Yeah. Being at Dunbar, when did it get technical for you? Because, like, you one of the smartest point guards to play against, like you say, your angles, the way you control the game, the way you get other people involved, plus make how you get your stuff off. You very technical. When did it get technical for you that your IQ started getting into the game?
When I was growing up, like, I went to junior college after I graduated from Dunbar. I went to San Jacinto, San Jack in Pasadena, Texas, man. And that's when my game really, my game was developing. When I got to junior college, we had I had 5, like, Mr. Basketballs from different states on this junior college team.
Crazy.
Man, I had this guy, man, in L.A. named Clifford Allen. Man, he's from Compton. He was 6'11", left-handed. This dude was cold. He was cold. Man, he was so good that I had a kid, Brian Sell. I had a lot of good guys on this team. When I got down there, I was like, this junior college basketball?
Right.
But these guys was going to Oklahoma, Arkansas, UNLV. Because San Jacinto, San Jack had a pipeline to UNLV, Arkansas, or Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
So all our guys, you went to San Jack, you was going to one of them 3 schools.
Yeah.
Man, I got down, I was like, oh. I was a freshman. I was like, I really got. I had this kid named, I'll never forget this kid named Chip Jones, man. I had a kid named Chip Jones. He was the Ohio Mr. Basketball. I had a guy named Tony Terrell. Shaq, he averaged like 38 points in high school, like 38 points in high school.
Right.
Like he was about 5'11".
Getting to the money.
But getting to it. Mm-hmm. I had this Mexican kid named Gabe Ramirez from Houston. I was like, nah, this guy, this little guy can't be that good. My freshman year, he was the starting point guard with me. After 2 guard, he was the starting point guard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He was like 5'10", fast, shoot the hell out the basketball. And we had Isaiah Morris and Brian Salyer. They was the big guys. And Isaiah Morris went to Arkansas. Brian Salyer went to Oklahoma. He had this kid named Eric Atkinson, who just recently passed away, I heard today. And he went to VCU. So we had a whole bunch of talent. So you couldn't bring your name, you had to bring your game. That thing, man. So it was crazy, man. So I developed, doing that, to answer your question, I developed down there. I'm like, man, I got to get to it. We had a kid from Chicago, Reggie Smith.
Okay.
With the South Shore.
Yeah.
Cold. I was like, where am I gonna fit in at all this, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And my coach, never forget my coach name, his name is Scott Jananda. He said, be who you are. Be who you are. So I led the team in scoring, and Reggie was the second leading scorer of the team. He was both of us was freshmen.
Right.
So our sophomore year, we came back to school. It was on and popping. And I never give a shout out to Reggie Smith. He was a Chicago fan. The Bulls, the Cubs, the Bears.
Right.
The Black
he was
damn right.
Like I was like,
that's what it
Michael
is.
Jordan was great, right? But man, he was like, Michael Jordan is the best thing ever.
Yeah.
I say I saw it well, I'm like, man, but you don't like this guy? No. Like, no.
That's real Chicago right there.
Real Chicago, dude. I was like, man, Reggie Smith, shout out to Reggie Smith,
Shout out
man.
Reggie
My man.
Smith.
That's a good dude, man.
So you said they got a pipeline to Arkansas, Oklahoma, and all that. How you end up in Florida State?
So I was originally going to UNLV.
Mm-hmm.
They was going on probation.
From Larry Johnson.
Yeah, they was going on probation. And J.R. Ryder was coming here. He already like, I'm going there. J.R. Ryder was the #1 player on the West Coast in junior college basketball. So I was coming to UNLV. I was coming here. And I'll never forget, I talked to Top. He said, Sam, if you sign here, because George Talk Canyon was suing the NCAA back in the day. So he said, if you come here, it hurt my case, whatever. So I said, because I had my mind set to come here, you know what I'm saying? Like, because UNLV back in the day, it was
the one.
Man, what?
Yeah,
Running Rebels.
What?
Running Rebels.
What?
Yes,
What?
sir.
The Gucci roll and everything, man. I was going there, and so I couldn't go there. And I was just like, where can I go? And Florida State was moving into the ACC conference. Mm-hmm. And I talked to Pat Kennedy. He was like, hey, I got the perfect scenario for you. You know, they just won the Metro Conference. And he was like, listen, Florida State is moving to the ACC conference. You know, I was like, what? I get the chance to play against Duke, Carolina, you know, Wake Forest, all the ACC schools. I was like, cool. That's where I'm going. That's how I got there.
Now, I know PK sold it. He dressed it up for you.
Oh,
now.
you know, that's my man. That's my man. Shout out to Coach Kennedy.
What was your first